Hi everybody, so welcome to the latest edition of At Home with Ross. So today I've got Carla Taylor from Social 7 with me today, here to talk to us all about her business and the pandemic and the impact it's had. So firstly, welcome Carla, thank you very much for joining us.
You are welcome.
Great stuff. So I'll hand over to you if that's all right. So could you just sort of introduce yourself, your business?
My businesses are all based at Media City, and there's Penelope's, which is it's more based on the TV and film. So we're a community deli that's in Media City, where everybody comes and gets their coffees, and it's just a hangout space. But it's also caters for the TV and film industry that film at Dock 10. So that's one of the businesses. And the other one is a events and social space called Social 7, although we call it Social Distancing 7 now. You just got to. What are the chances that a new company Social 7 and you're told not to? And that's a amazing events and meeting space and a bar, and it's got a private cinema in it, and it's based in the tech building, the Landing at Media City.
Okay.
So yeah, they kind of intertwine within each other, but they're also really, really different.
Right, okay. So obviously the hospitality and that industry, I would imagine, it's been heavily hit by the pandemic. So how specifically has it impacted you guys and your businesses?
Well, we're closed.
Yeah.
So slam dunk closed. So it was in the final week that we realised. I just come back from the States, so they just announced it as a state of emergency over there. And then I just was like, it's coming, it's definitely coming here. And then on the Monday, the rumble started. The Tuesday, events and meetings and things like that were starting to be pushed back. And then Wednesday, we started filming, but not with audiences. And then Thursday, the government, I think, was like, don't go anywhere that's hospitality, but never told us to close. And then the Friday, I made the decision just to close before the government announced it, because it was just like throughout the whole week. So as a business, just close, same as everybody else. At the end of the day, we're a social space, and socializing is not a thing right now.
I can imagine that being quite a scary experience, really. And something
it was just the same as everybody else, where you go, is this actually happening? Is this real? You just could never imagine that you'd live in a world where they said just normal life would have to stop. But everybody was in the same boat. So it wasn't just hospitality, although we felt we got hit in the face because we got told by the government, don't go into these places, but not to close. So it was the strangest thing, but then the government kind of, I think, realised what they said and the impact that it had. So, yeah.
We've done a few of these interviews, and what I've generally sort of come to the conclusion of is different industries are going to be sort of impact in different phases. But you guys were probably right at the sharp end, weren't you? Right at the first people to be impacted, and obviously it's still ongoing. And with regards to that, do you have any sort of like existing, I know obviously you're not open to new custom and everything and it's quite fluid, but do you have any like existing accounts that you have to manage, and how's that sort of impacted you?
Yeah, so at the shows, like Coronation Street's a really big client for us. So from the writing through to the tours, so we're kind of speaking to people and trying to find out what's happening, but everybody's in the same boat. So we're finding we deal a lot with casting agencies. They'll use the rooms to cast. They've stopped because there's no film. It's just complete knock-on. There's no crew to feed because there's no filming. So everybody's in the same boat. But I'm kind of speaking to clients and saying, how are you? How's things? What's going on? And they're all a bit like the same, waiting for the government just to tell us where we're at, really, and look at an exit kind of plan. But exit wise, I think everybody in hospitality has come to the realization that even if my clients, they're all obviously nervous about what's going on. Some are closed, some are actually, because we work in tech, have been given funding, so that's a great thing for us. So it's positives and negatives, but each day is different. But
years, yeah.
we're realistic. We're the last that are going to open. And I think the hospitality industry is getting its head around the fact that shops may open, but going for brunch with your friends, it's hard to socially distance serve somebody when we can't come near you and we need to get your food to you, or we need to, we're a very social business. So for us not to be social, it's going to be a new way, but we'll do it. We're coming up with a plan of how we're going to do it. But yeah, it's just, we're the last to open, we know we are. And that's, it is what it is. I'd rather not open and close.
Yeah.
I'd rather just open.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, that, isn't it? I think there's lots of different businesses are going to be getting their heads around that, but I think your industry is probably one of the most almost complex scenarios there. Because do you go like down the halfway house route of like, well, let's just open, but we'll do it however we can and we'll adapt, or do we just sort of wait? And if you can wait, you know, it's a difficult one. And obviously our business is mortgages, and for us it was quite relatively easy to adapt because we can do meetings like this. But I suppose going for a drink or a coffee with your friends is not something it's just not comparable, is it?
No, and so many of our meetings are, we can, at Social 7, we can look after 300 people at a time. That's 300 people are not looking to get together at the moment. But so we have to adapt our space to do social distancing meetings, and I think people are looking forward to getting a sense of the norm back again. So at Media City, we've still got Grindsmith that's open, which is the coffee house, and I see people queuing just for a latte, and they just want a sense of norm back again. So I think Social 7 will open differently, and it'll have to open in the way of, due to government like legislation, but it will reopen. It'll just be different. And other parts of my business will open first. Filming will start probably before, but maybe not the audiences. So it's just interesting to see how it's all going to unfold.
Yeah.
And we're quite looking forward to editing the business to fit what this new world is.
That was going to be like my sort of next question to you was going to be, do you think we're going to see changes in how we socialise, go out, or, you know, the hospitality industry as a whole? Do you think we'll see that change or evolve in any way, do you think?